Want to get cheat sheets, audiobooks, lessons, apps, and much more every month for free? Just click the link in the description to get your free language gifts of the month.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Ask Alisha, the weekly series where you ask me questions and I answer them. Baby. Okay, let's get to your first question this week. First question this week comes from Jaya Krishna. Hi Jaya Krishna. Jaya Krishna says, in school we call teachers other names like madam or miss. What is the difference between teacher, miss, madam, and other words? Yeah, it's a good question. In American English, in schools in the US that are high school and below, so like junior high school or elementary school, we do not call our teachers teacher. We don't use that title for our teachers. We use Mr. for male teachers, or we use Miss and last name and Mrs. and last name for female teachers. The difference between Miss and Madam and Mrs. is usually related to whether or not the woman is married. So if a woman is not married, usually we use Miss, or if you're not sure, we use Miss. If the woman is married, we use Mrs. Madam, however, is something that we don't really use in settings like these. We use madam in service situations usually. So we use this particularly in like luxurious settings. So imagine going to like a really expensive hotel and you meet staff at the hotel. They address you, if you're a woman, or your female companion with madam. So that's like a high kind of respect term, so it's kind of an old-fashioned term as well. We don't use it so much in everyday speech in the US, madam, but you might hear it in kind of like these luxurious, expensive situations. Another situation where you might hear madam used in US English is in situations relating to official positions like in the government. So there's a position, for example, where a woman holding the position might be called Madam job title. So for example, Madam Secretary. There's a government position called Secretary of State, and if a woman holds that job, we might call her Madam Secretary when referring to her official duties. So that's a very specific case where we would use madam in relationship to someone's job, but generally when we're talking to somebody in other fields of work, we do not use this title. If you are going to school in the US and you're going to high school or below, just use Mr. or Ms. or Mrs. plus the last name for your teacher. If, however, you're going to college or university in the States, you should use professor if your instructor is a professor, or doctor if your instructor has achieved that level of education. If they have their PhD, many professors or instructors prefer to be called doctor, so you should use that title. Of course, some professors also like to keep things casual and they say, please use just my first name or please use my last name, whatever. So pay attention to how your instructor prefers to be called and just use that. Okay, thanks very much for the question. Let's move on to your next question. Next question comes from Francois Luzi. Hi, Francois. Francois says, hi, Alisha. Thanks a lot for your videos. Could you please explain the difference between remember, remind, and recall from a French follower? Sure. So remember and recall have the same meaning. They both refer to thinking of something, being able to think of something that happened in the past. So that could be a conversation, it could be a person, a place, whatever. So remember and recall both have that meaning, to be able to think of that. The difference between them, though, is that recall sounds much more formal, much more polite. We don't use recall so much in everyday conversation. In everyday conversation, we use remember. Some examples. I can't remember that phone number. Do you recall the name of that restaurant? I can't believe you remembered my birthday. So recall and remember do have the same meaning, yes, but in everyday life we use remember much more often. So please try to use remember. If you want to sound more polite, choose recall. Remind, however, is a bit different from recall and remember. To remind means to cause someone to remember. So you give someone information, like to refresh their memory. They know about something and you want to tell them again, so to cause them to remember some information. For example, Can you remind me about tomorrow's lunch meeting? You remind me of someone I knew a long time ago. Did someone remind you it was my birthday? Okay, so I hope that this helps you understand the differences between recall, remind, and remember. Thanks very much for the question. Okay, let's move on to your next question. Next question comes from Win Min Sui. Hi, Win Min Sui. Win Min Sui says, hello, Alisha. What is the difference between trust and believe? Okay, trust means to be able to rely on something. We feel confident about our understanding of something or someone. So we can trust a person, or we can trust a situation, or we can trust an object. So to trust means you're able to rely on that thing. For example, it's important to work with people you trust. This computer crashes a lot. I don't trust it. To believe, however, refers to having faith in something, like you are confident that something is true. So we use believe a lot when talking about religion or when listening to people's stories. Like when we believe a story, we are confident the story is true. When we don't believe a story, we are not confident the story is true. So you may hear believe used in the common expression, I can't believe it, which we use a lot when we feel shocked or surprised. So depending on the speaker's intonation, this can mean they actually do believe it, but they're very surprised, or they really don't believe it. So let's hear a couple of examples. I believe hard work is important for success. I got a huge promotion. I can't believe it. So in the second example there, that kind of excited voice shows that the speaker is really surprised and really excited, and even though they say, I can't believe it, they're just kind of expressing shock. So it's a true situation. Yes, that condition is true, but they want to express their shock in an excited way. So I hope that this helps you understand the differences between trust and believe. Thanks very much for the question. Okay, let's move on to your next question. Next question comes from Maj. Hi, Maj. Maj says, can I say I don't give a damn in an English lesson? I would not say this, no. This sounds very aggressive and rather rude. So if you want to communicate that you don't have a strong opinion about something or that someone else can make the choice, I would recommend something like, I don't have a preference, or it doesn't matter to me. Something like that sounds a lot lighter and a lot more friendly. If you say, I don't give a damn, you're probably going to make people upset. They'll probably think that you're being very rude. Similarly, please be careful with the expression, I don't care. So if you say, I don't care, a lot of people feel that it sounds kind of rude again. So slightly rude, not as rude as I don't give a damn, but I don't care can also sound a little too rough. So instead, please use an expression like I don't have a preference, or maybe whatever you think is fine. So please try to be polite in your English lessons. Although the expression you used is grammatically correct and it communicates an idea effectively, you will probably upset someone in your class. So I hope that this helps you. Thanks very much for the question. Okay, let's go on to your next question. Next question comes from João Paulo. Hi, João Paulo. João Paulo says, Alisha, you know the video about American convenience stores? Can you explore something similar to the way Risa did on the Japanese channel? Yes, we have started making videos about culture in the US. So this video about the US convenience stores is now available on the English Class 101 channel. I'll put it behind me on the green screen here. Yay, okay, great. So we didn't explore it. I personally did not explore the channel, but we're trying to think of some other similar things that we could maybe do. So check this out if you haven't seen it already, and also check out the second video in the series about supermarkets in the US, and we'll have some more stuff coming out there soon as well. So we're kind of exploring some culture topics. If you are interested, please check those out. Thanks for this idea. We can consider it, but we'll try to see how we can work things out. So thanks very much for this idea. Much appreciated. Okay, that is everything that I have for this week. Thank you, as always, for sending your questions. Remember, you can send them to me at EnglishClass101.com/ask-Alisha. Of course, if you like this lesson, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and check us out at EnglishClass101.com for some other things that can help you with your English studies.